Lightfall has finally released, and yeah, it has already broken some records. But that doesn't matter, because what really matters is if this game worth playing, and actually upgrades the Destiny franchise. Let's talk about non-spoiler stuff here. And I'm gonna be honest and straightforward. The Lightfall campaign in Destiny is really disappointing. It's not as good as the previous one, The Witch Queen, which was awesome. The story is all over the place, making it hard to follow, and it feels like a step backward for the game. This worries me for the upcoming expansion, The Final Shape, because it's supposed to be the big finale to the game's story. The Lightfall campaign wastes time and doesn't keep up the excitement from the past year. The Witch Queen was amazing, but Lightfall doesn't live up to it. The story is confusing and vague, making important moments hard to understand. But before moving on, I think it's important to highlight some goods about this game, because not everything is negative about this game. The latest update to the game has brought about some good changes, and I have to say I'm really impressed. One of the biggest improvements is the crafting system. It used to be a real pain to deal with, but now it's so much smoother. There are hardly any annoying red frames to deal with, and when they do pop up, you can just extract the pattern and move on. Plus, there are way fewer crafting currencies to worry about, which makes things a lot less complicated. I've had the opportunity to dive deep into the world of Lightfall, and while there are some areas that could use improvement, I'm overall impressed with the changes made to the crafting system. It's much simpler now, with fewer currencies and less confusion. Plus, the armor and weapon designs are absolutely top-notch. However, I can't say the same about the campaign. Unfortunately, I have to say that Lightfall's missions haven't quite lived up to my expectations. While the legendary difficulty mode has returned, the encounters themselves don't feel as memorable or interesting as they have in the past. After a while, Neomuna's teal and magenta-infused metropolis streets and rooftops all begin to blend together, with continuous waves of enemies standing in for more tightly wound combat arenas. The shape and pace of each big battle feels less distinct and more diffuse. It's a shame that there aren't more interesting bits of lore or character development to be found in the missions, as this has always been a strong point for Destiny. As a longtime player of the franchise, it's a bit disconcerting to be in this position. Overjoyed with the mere prospect of more content to run through, flaws are easy to overlook, and the inherent strength of Bungie's art direction and combat makes everything feel at least a little bit fun or rewarding. While I'm certainly not saying that Lightfall is a bad expansion, I am saying that it hasn't quite lived up to my expectations. Perhaps I just need to readjust my expectations coming down from the high point that was the Witch Queen. That being said, Lightfall's premise and aesthetic hold a ton of promise, and I'm excited to see where Bungie takes the game next. Now finally, let's talk about the finale. As we look towards the future of Destiny 2, one can't help but feel a sense of anticipation and trepidation for the upcoming expansion, The Final Shape. Bungie has been building up to this moment for years, promising a conclusion to the epic Light and Darkness saga that has been at the heart of Destiny's narrative since its inception. The Final Shape is meant to be the culmination of everything we have experienced in the game so far, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The very fate of the universe is on the line, and players will be tasked with confronting the ultimate threat that has been looming on the horizon for so long. What can we expect from The Final Shape? Bungie has been characteristically tight-lipped about the details, but we do know that it will feature a brand new destination, new gear to collect, and of course, a new raid. But beyond the surface-level changes, what really matters is the story. Will Bungie be able to stick the landing and deliver a satisfying conclusion to the Light and Darkness arc? Can they pay off years of build-up and deliver a meaningful conclusion that leaves players feeling satisfied? It's a tall order, but if there's any developer that can pull it off, it's Bungie. They have proven time and time again that they are capable of crafting compelling narratives that resonate with players on a deep level. And with the recent successes of expansions like Beyond Light and The Witch Queen, there's reason to believe that The Final Shape will be no exception. As a longtime fan of Destiny, I can't wait to see what Bungie has in store for us with The Final Shape. It's sure to be an emotional and action-packed ride, and I have no doubt that it will be a fitting conclusion to one of the greatest sagas in gaming history. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and if you found it informative, please consider liking this video. It will really help. This month has just started, and I promise to deliver a lot of high-quality content in upcoming days. So if you don't want to miss it, then consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.